Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, and Wizards did a fun little scattered scavenger hunt for everybody about finding information about what's in the products that you might buy for Zendikar Rising. I don't know a better way to phrase that. So, what do you get where, and what type of cards are in which product? Well, let's break it down real quick, and I'm going to start with Expeditions, which are from the Masterpiece series. Expeditions are specifically the lands. So as far as we know, they're all lands. 10 of them are fetch lands. The other 20, for 30 total, are unknown. I think we know a couple of them, but we don't know all of them. But they should be valuable. I mean, it's wastelands. They might just be the same as last time, but I feel like they would have said something. Also, I mean, we had BFZ and OGW, and those together were all expeditions. I think that was like 50 or something, maybe 55. So they might shake it up a little this time. So that's good to know. Also, the most important thing is that they are not in the boosters, with one little exception. They are in the box toppers. So if you were to take a box of normal boosters, unseal it, you're going to have a box topper on the top, probably bent to hell and back during shipping, and it'll have one expedition in it. But here's the thing, not foil. And you might be thinking, wait a minute, but expeditions are supposed to be foil. No, they're not foil. All of them across the board are not foil, so let's just jump right into it. This right here explains it perfectly. This is from their own actual marketing materials. This is a live ad running, believe it or not. I think that's what somebody said. I don't know, somebody sent it to me. But basically, you get one in the normal booster. They call them draft boosters, not whatever. It's a normal booster box. Then you get two of them in the collector's booster, and then you get one of them in the set booster, which they made a statement strongly suggesting you didn't get one in the set booster, but you do. So I'm glad they cleared that up, but all three of these are not foil. So if you want a true foil expedition, you can only open them in the collector's boosters, because of course. So you can open all the normal AK draft boosters you want. You will never pull an expedition from a loose pack. Speaking of loose packs, if you're buying loose packs at your local gaming store, you're probably not getting the box topper, because why would you? I've heard of some where they're like, oh, you've bought about 36, I'll just give you one, just to be cool. I've heard of one saying, oh, we won't show you how many are left, but if you buy enough boosters to force us to open the next box, then whoever made that purchase gets the box topper. To me, that's dumb. It's like, it benefits stores so much, and those boosters are probably going to be worth like $50 to $100 on the open market. So I would keep them if I were the shop owner. It's a huge moneymaker for them if people buy packs, 3 at a time, 6 at a time, 1 at a time, whatever. However, I mean, if you walk in and say, oh yeah, 110, 120 bucks, whatever they are near you, give me a whole sealed booster pack, boom, you're going to get the box topper because it's sealed inside. They aren't going to knife it open, take the topper out, and then sell you the rest of the box. If they do, go to a different store. So that's how you can guarantee yourself one, I guess. And if you just wanted to buy just one, I mean, just tell the store owner, hey, the next one you pull, I'll buy it, how much you want. But honestly, I wouldn't pay above 50 with these being, non-foil, because the foil ones will be extremely expensive. Also, we don't know the average value yet because we don't know all of them. So that's just loose advice. I might revise that later if like all the cards are like an average of 150 bucks or something. With them being non-foil, I doubt it. Let's put it that way. So what kind of prevalence are they in the collector's booster? Well, they are in the first slot, I should say. So the slot that they're in is the foil expedition or foil showcase or foil borderless or foil extended art, rare or mythic. So that's everything that can be in that slot. And since they legally have to disclose this in some European countries, they just said screw it and came out and said it publicly. There's a 1 in 6 chance of pulling one from the average collector's booster. And keep in mind, there's only 12 in a booster box of the collector's boosters. So you could pull 0, just remember that's a thing. You could pull 3 or 4, hell, you could get 12, I doubt it, but I mean... miracles can happen. You would be expected to pull 2. So in one collector's booster with the 2 box toppers, or I think it's 1 box topper with 2 cards in it. I think they said that. And then you'll get 2 foil expeditions as well as the normal ones. You should get 4. I mean, you're guaranteed 2. You could get 0, but you should get 4. Boy, that is just a gamble I don't even want a part of. I mean, that's just terrible. 1 in 6 you could 0 out, and you're looking at like a swing of like $200 at least. I mean, that's insane. The collector's booster box honestly makes like a scratch-off lottery ticket look pretty like even and fair by comparison. It's like, oh, what's the spread? Oh, well, it's 1 in 6, so you should get 2, but within the variance, you could get 1 or you could get 0 pretty easily. And then somebody asks, well, what are they worth average a piece? Well, they're the foil expedition, so probably $120 to $150. Oh, so it could swing like $200 to $300 positive or negative. And how much do these cost again? This is just 100% straight up gambling. Like literally, I think they're actually going to get investigated for this. Like if you look at like the bottom 6 prizes on like a $10 or $20 scratch off lottery ticket, they swing a little bit less than this. And there's only a 30% edge, at least for the ones in Wisconsin. The only difference is I think you would be expected to make money if you opened, 1,000 of these, you should come out ahead. So that's a little different than any lottery anywhere. But at this point, selling these to 10-year-olds and then 10-year-olds are like, oh, I opened a pack that has these and I now have $400. That could attract some attention. So, I mean, you've had some sets where it's like, well, I might open the $7 card, but I might open the $2 card. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Like, who would actually call that gambling? But this level of swing, are you kidding me? It's just straight jackpots. It's truly ridiculous. For once, I can say it's so egregious that I actually think they shouldn't be allowed to sell them to children, and I think that it should be cracked down on as if it was gambling. And they should probably just stop doing this. I mean, the box toppers, okay, cool, whatever, and that comes with it, and it's a thing. But putting them in the boosters, that level of variance swing instead of a guaranteed exactly 1 or 2, that's pretty unforgivable. So moving on, this one's pretty easy. You want the cool art cards, which are like the full art, cards that show off just the art with the artist. And I think they wrote something cool on the back. They said, I don't know, whatever. Those are obviously in these set boosters, 1 each. Oh, and of course, 1 in 20 of them are foil stamped with the artist signature in, I think, Gold Emboss, if I remember correctly. And that's also where you find cards from the list, although you only have a 1 in 4 shot at it, which is what foils used to be, by the way, in a normal pack. So you can just consider them, the same prevalence as foils, I guess. Oh, and I should say, you can get up to 4 rares, but I think your chances of even getting 2 are like 10% or less or something. They did a breakdown, and I just remember it being truly, truly ridiculous. So I wouldn't say, oh, well, I need only rares, so I'm going to buy this. I wouldn't. I think you'd probably honestly get a better return from the normal boosters. So one more easy one to do before we go complicated. The full art lands. You might have remembered that those are now in here. They are not in the set boosters. So I know they intended them to be 12-card boosters, and that's what they are, but I mean, if you like the set art, you probably also like the full art lands, so I would have thrown one in, but okay, whatever. I'm sure if they do a set booster for the next set, it'll make a lot more sense, because those won't have special whoop-de-doo lands, probably. So it doesn't make sense this time, but it makes sense in general to just cut the lands, because people buying them probably have enough lands. It's just this time people might want to collect the lands, so I don't know, that's odd to me. But of course, in the normal boosters, aka the draft boosters, you get 1 full art basic land per booster, just like normal. So in the collector's booster, this is where it gets interesting. You get 1 full art basic land, except it's guaranteed to be a foil, but it is 1 per pack, so that's interesting. That'll probably drive down the price. I think the foil BFZ ones are still, at least $7 or $8 a piece. I know that Island one was pretty high. Actually, no, I think I saw them at like $4. They fell a bit, but they were originally pretty expensive. But in the collector's booster, with it being a 100% shot compared to what it was before in the normal boosters, these are going to be worth nothing. From what I could gather, the theme boosters, which you shouldn't buy, they're an awful product, they contain 0. You're supposed to, I think, take 1 and add in a certain amount of lands, and then you have a playable deck or something, because it was built with cells, and a lot of them are mono, but they're actually doing 5 mono-colored and then 1 5-color. So that's new, but yeah, my understanding is they come with 0 lands. Oh yeah, they have 33 to 34 commons and uncommons, and then 1 to 2 rares or mythic rares, and I believe it's a 1.1 rate, so you have a 10% shot at an extra rare. Oh boy. But like I said, you're supposed to take, 26 lands, mix them in, and you have a playable deck, and that's kind of like the secondary use for them. Or it's just, I want to build a red deck. Here, give me a red theme booster. It kind of makes sense, but they're very overpriced for what they are. Now, the Commander decks that they're releasing, there's only 2 actually, instead of 5, but they're also replacing the Planeswalker decks, but also they're not standard legal. But they didn't specify if they come with the full art lands or not. So that'll be a fun surprise for everybody. Just one little aside, the pre-release kits have a 20-sided die in them like normal, but they finally fixed the orientation of the numbers. Oh my god, it's a miracle. I'm not going to try to explain or Photoshop mock up what I'm talking about, but get one from the last kit, get one from this kit, and then compare them, which direction the numbers are facing, and you tell me which one you think is making more sense. Anyway, they have a welcome booster. They haven't specified what the lands are like in there, or if there are any. It's some kind of digital tie-in this time, too. I don't really agree with that. I like the welcome decks better, but they want to force people onto Arena, which I'm sure shopkeepers don't like. So finally, the one that everybody's been wondering about, the bundle, aka Fat Pack. Nobody will ever call it a bundle. They're called Fat Packs. Screw you wizards and your PC culture bullshit. I am yet to find one fat person who was offended by the name. And by the way, their official statement was, it's too vague. The title doesn't say what's inside of it. So we changed it from Fat Pack to Bundle. Much more specific and descriptive of the contents inside. Bullshit. You changed it because you thought fat people were offended. So you're offended on their behalf and it's just more of your PC horseshit. So, yeah, it's a Fat Pack. Shut up, Wizards. Maybe they should like swing the pendulum back the other way as far as it goes and call it the Chonker. Or like the Chonk Pack or something. Oh my gosh, it could just say in huge letters, like comically large, like impact font, the Big Chonker Box. And then you know how the main art for Zendikar has Jace on it? Have him fat as hell. Like do an alternate universe parody of Jace where he is a thick boy. We're talking 300 plus pounds. Oh, for your Europeans, that's, I don't know, what, 18 stone or whatever you people use over there. Kilos or something. I don't know. Kilos are for cocaine. Shut up. Anyway, what you are going to get in the bundle, unlike last time, which last time I mean BFZ, where you got 80 frickin' full art lands, you are going to get Disappointed. Okay, you're literally going to get 20 foil basic lands, parenthesis, regular frame, end parenthesis. And then you're also going to get 20 basic lands, non-foil, parenthesis, regular frame, end parenthesis. So how many full art lands do you get from the Fat Pack? Deadass 0. Which ironically makes these normal frame and possibly alternate art, but sometimes just shrunk art versions of the basic lands really rare. Because this is the only place you can open them. So land collectors actually snatch these up, but since they're so easy to get and nobody wants them because they're not full art, it doesn't exactly do anything to the price, but there is some demand for it. Oh, they did chonk up the die though. You get a larger than normal oversized spin down die, D20. Which is really just one more reason they should go back to calling it a Fat Pack or the Big Chonker Box. Oh, and they are saying that it'll have, I think, an exclusive alternate art card in it, because they've done that before and they said it this time, but they aren't ready to announce it yet for some reason. Probably because the card itself hasn't been spoiled yet. So really, the only place to get the regular full art cards is from the normal boosters. They're not in the set booster. They're foil only in the collector's booster. So if you want a bunch of them, you're just going to have to either trade them off a friend or get, a bunch of packs or whatever. Or just do what everybody does with the cards they want and go on eBay and buy them. So one more thing I should throw out there is the gift edition. That's a new thing. I guess because it's coming out around Christmas, they're doing this. But the last gift editions were very different. Let's just put it that way. They were 4, maybe 5, no, 4. I think it was 4 foil cards on the front. Standard legal, can't open them anywhere else. That was fun. I think last time it was like the turtle, the angel, the phoenix, and I don't know. Some kind of dinosaur, I think. Kind of makes me think there was 5 then if they were colored. There must have been 5. Either that or, the one I can't remember is black, so maybe they just excluded black just like they do in their hiring practices. It would be consistent at least. So anyway, you get in this 1 collector booster, so that's actually kind of cool, because then you don't have to buy 12, but I guess you could buy 1 loose. 10 draft boosters, so it's kind of like a Fat Pack plus 1 collector's booster, so that's cool. You get basically the land pack from the Fat Pack, so 20 foil basic lands, regular frame, 20 regular basic lands, regular frame, 1 alternate art card coming soon, 1 alternate color oversized spin down. Oh boy, that's so different than the Fat Pack. And then 1 super shiny card storage box. Huh, so maybe they're doing some kind of metallic or foil or something on it. Art looks kind of cool on it. That's kind of neat. So it's basically a Fat Pack with a couple little tiny tweaks, a silver die, and 1 collector's booster. I really hope that doesn't go much more expensive than a Fat Pack, because, what are the collector's boosters really worth? Like 10 or something? I'm sure they're targeting $49.99 for this, though. I think this is going to be a pretty bad product. I don't know. So, the last one, the most complicated nightmare to end all nightmares, the Borderless cards. I don't know if they're even doing extended art this time, and then the showcase alternate art frames. This is the one where even I don't know, so now I get to pour over all their stupid documentation and try and figure this shit out. Okay, showcase frames, which is like, the Lotus Cobra, where it's like, you can see the art under the text. It's a slightly different frame, like a colorized texture, top and bottom, type bar, name bar, all that stuff. White text instead of black. And I believe all of them have alternate art. So, okay, cool. So those will be in the normal boosters. You can pull one. Oh, and holy crap, you could actually get the Borderless cards in the normal packs too. In the draft packs. Okay. They even said, quote, just like Core Set 2021. Well, I don't remember that being true for that set either, but okay. I think before that they did it differently. I don't know. Or maybe they did do that last time, and the extended art was the one that was collector's specific. Well, let's see what they say. Well, first of all, I should say that in the collector's booster, you can get, I think, up to 5 of the showcase cards between all the rarities and foil versions and stuff. It's basically like the top 5 slots. So if you want to consistently pull a lot of the showcase ones, don't buy this and buy them on eBay. Sorry, gotta be real for a second there. Oh, yeah, there we go. There it is. Okay, yeah, 1 extended art rarer mythic. So the rares and the mythics have extended art versions, which is an extended version of the original art, whereas the showcase is alternate. And then the Borderless is the same art, but basically extended. There's almost no difference between extended and Borderless, except that extended, I think, still has a black border on it. They actually didn't show an example, which I thought was really weird. Unless they did, but I don't think Drana is the example. I think that's Borderless because... yeah, you don't see the art behind it, which is showcase, but showcase isn't Borderless. You know what? I give up. I don't know what the extended art look like. Who knows? Just open it and find out. How about that? Whatever the hell they are, they're worth less than Borderless, and you can only find them in the collector's booster, making them completely worthless and stupid. So that's your full breakdown of what you can find where. Hopefully that just cleared it right up for you. Had to consult, I think, 2 different social media posts, 1 Facebook advertisement that somebody sent me, and 3 different articles to find all this information. So thanks for that, Wizards. So anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to have more spoilers shortly on this channel, so don't forget to hit subscribe and maybe even turn notifications on, and I'll see you guys next video.